Good morning and welcome back to Island Girl Gardening and Up. It is April the 13th, 2024, and we are out here today. We are going to be planting in our raised beds, or starting to put our plants in our raised beds today. Welcome back, everybody. I know I have been MIA for a little bit, and Mr. Up has been keeping our channel going with his things that he's been doing. I don't know, I guess during that time I'm kind of dormant because really I'm not doing very much. And he's doing his citrus, so that's like year round for him. I'm really the girl that likes to be out here putting the plants in the garden. So this is always the exciting time for me, and everything's kind of waking up. So I'm here, Island Girl, and there's Mr. Up. He is starting to put some of our peppers in the bed. We're just going to take a little walk through today and show you what's been going on, because Mr. Up has been busy with getting some renovations done, some new things going on. So yeah, let's take a little walk through. It's going to be a little messy because, like I said, there's some renovations going on. Mr. Up is putting in some new raised beds. So yeah, let's take a little peek. So this is when we walk out of our back door. We have our sweetheart trees. Move them closer to one another. So maybe this year we'll get cherries from both. We only got from one last year. And as you can see right here, we're starting to get some cherries already. Don't know that I see any on here just yet, but they might come. This is the one that we got fruit off of last year. So Mr. Up moved that one closer, and maybe we'll have something this year. This is one of the newer beds that was put in adjacent to my herb garden. So I have some flowers going on here, my amaryllis. I have some gladiolus in here. I think a tiger lily is in here. Also at the end is going to be our banana trees. I'm incorporating something a little different this year. That is one of my cucumbers. So I put a cucumber in the flower bed. Right here I have a purple sizzler salvia. Isn't that pretty? Then I have lemon basil. I have this is oregano. No, this is spearmint, not oregano. I'm sorry, oregano's down here. This is spearmint. And then as you can see, my amaryllis bulb is coming up. And then I have some lemon basil right here. So this bed is going to be a little different. It's adjacent to my herb garden. So I got some sage coming up. That's my oregano right there. I have lemon balm, 2 different spots, actually 3 different spots. Then I have my rosemary and my thyme. So this is kind of my herb garden. I got to clean it out a little more. But like I said, it's going to be a little different because I'm kind of incorporating flowers in with our vegetable garden this year. Excuse the mess. This is part of the renovation where Mr. Up is taking out the old raised beds. You can see some of the wood has started to rot. So he's replacing our raised beds this year from wood to metal. He's got some sheets here for another bed that he's getting ready to do. So as you know, on this side we have our citrus trees, and they're doing well and looking well. And behind us is the koi pond. The koi have awakened. They've come out of hibernation. And there they are. You can see them right there. A little noisier on this side, but always so peaceful watching the koi. All right, moving on. You can see the gazebo got a facelift. She got some springy colors. Pretty. Our hostas are coming in. Every year these hostas get bigger and bigger. I love watching my hostas come in. I think that's a blueberry sitting right there. I'm not sure. I know this is a blueberry right here. Our Arona berries, of course, is coming in. I love this time of year because I love to see the flowers. Our blueberry patch has expanded, as you can see. We have more blueberry bushes in here. And the greenhouse is green now. She got a facelift and also an addition. Let's walk in the greenhouse first. Mr. Up has been busy. And he might have shown you some of this. He might not have, but this is the greenhouse now. He expanded it. This whole new section that I'm walking in right here is the newest addition to the greenhouse. And there's Mr. Up. Say hi, Mr. Up.
Hello.
So you can see it's probably about, what would you expand it, Sylvester, about 3 feet? 5. Okay. I was almost close, but 5 feet. That is where the old greenhouse stopped before, right there. And so back behind here, where the old greenhouse is, but the new greenhouse, he's put down his citrus trees. Then we have an avocado right here and more citrus. And of course, you see all the pineapple. So they have plenty of space to be. We got a shelf back here where we start all our starter plants. So we have extra space for that. He's insulated it all the way through. There's our thermometer. So it's insulated all the way through. New roof. Yeah, it's really nice in here. Kind of warm right now too. The banana tree that was outside had a spot, a nice big spot to be able to be in over the winter. And she has a pup on the side. So that'll probably go into the garden spot where the banana trees are when we first walk out the back door that you saw. And we have plenty of space in here now. This is where all our starter plants are. We got tomatoes, we got squash, we got peppers, we have hibiscus, we have hot and sweet peppers and regular peppers. Those are my red star sunflowers. I'm going to be putting those in the garden too. So I just started those in a little pan right there. Kind of nifty. I'll show you that in a little bit. But we have more space, much more space in our greenhouse. It is temperature controlled. So when it gets too hot in here, Mr. Up has installed this nifty little gadget that turns on our fans when it gets too hot. And of course, during the winter months, we have our heater on, which looks like it might be still on. Maybe not. Looks like the lights were lit up, but we have our nifty heater in here that keeps it nice and toasty over the winter. So yeah, that is the new greenhouse. You get to see how very nice, what a good job Mr. Up did with the addition to the greenhouse. So moving on, blueberry patch. And then over here, we just kind of use this space as when we're repotting. Maybe we got some plants over here, some pepper plants. We're going to keep some plants in pots this year so we can overwinter them and put them in the greenhouse. I do have one that I did that with, which was a tomato plant. Let's walk over here. I just put her out in the sun. Like I said, it's a construction zone out here, so pardon the mess. That's the tomato plant that I overwintered, and she's already got tomatoes on her. She's doing good. Alrighty, as you can see, we got all our citrus out here. Everybody is sunning today. It's a beautiful day, a nice little breeze blowing. We got some Scotch bonnets joining us out here. Those will be ones in the pots that we're gonna overwinter. And we have some new additions. I'm not gonna go over all the new additions right now. Just kind of give you an overview of what's going on. We could probably go over the new additions in another video. And as you can see, we have a new walkway too. Mr. Up has been putting down the chips for the walkway, which has been very nice. We have it here and also on the other side. So that's been very nice. And here are our raised beds. Mr. Up has already put his corn in. We got our strawberries in. Strawberry plants in, and we got blooms coming in on that, and actually some fruit coming in now. Yay, strawberries. I love strawberries. You see right there. Oh yeah. That's our sorrel on the other side of the fence and our Russian comfrey. We got our garlic in here. Whole bit of garlic that we do every year. Over here, we have our spinach coming in. And our potato bed. Look at those beautiful plants. They are coming up nicely. I think we have red and yellow in here, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is one of the new beds that Mr. Up is putting in. As you can see, it's the metal. It's a very nice look. Probably be much more durable long term than the wood was, which, let me see, 4 years? That wasn't bad. 4 or 5 years. We got our kale in here. We got our Brussels sprouts. I think my shadow was overshadowing the plants. And we got broccoli growing. And you can see that's all covered up to protect them from those little pests that like to eat our greens. And this is another little bed that got its facelift. And that's usually our bed for our cucumbers. Some of our pollinators. I have my autumn sage back here, which is very pretty. And the hummingbirds actually like this particular plant. I had hummingbirds last year after we put this in. Got my bee balm coming in. Another autumn sage. This one bloomed later. And bee balm. My other plants haven't come back just yet. I might have to put something else in this area if they don't. They've come back for a good few years, so it might be time to replant in there. Beds are empty right now. This last bed right here, I'm gonna put my artichoke in. I have a couple plants that I just put in. And then we have our sweet peas in this bed. That's my asparagus bed. Yeah, we'll talk about the asparagus bed later. And this is where Mr. Up has been putting our peppers down. Starting to put the pepper bed together. I'm gonna walk through here. This is where our watermelon is gonna go. Peppers are gonna be in this bed. Tomatoes are gonna be in that bed. So walking through cautiously here. Let's go to the other section of the garden. This is where we had our hibiscus last year. I think we're going to utilize the same area to put the hibiscus in. Hibiscus didn't do very good last year, so Mr. Up has planted a new hibiscus that we're going to try this year and see what happens. We got a blueberry bush right there. Yeah, he's a new addition to the patch. And of course we got our elderberry, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got our grapevine, and our grapevine is wakening up. We got blooms and green leaves on the trellis. Another little look at the elderberry. And this is our peach tree. She is awake. And not only is she awake, we have little, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. See if I can get that in focus. We have peaches starting already. So that's really exciting. I mean, it's loaded down with the fruit. We did get peaches last year, but hopefully we'll get some more this year. So she is beautiful, and it always has a beautiful flower on it. I did miss those. They turn really, really quickly. I was hoping to catch them, but I didn't this year. But it's a beautiful flower that is on the peach tree before it actually turns into, it starts producing the fruit. That's another little Arona berry. And as you can see, we got Arona berries coming. No elderberries just yet, but as you can see, beautiful plants, and they have spread. They did wonderfully, and hopefully we'll get a nice harvest again from our elderberry. We got red raspberry. And as you can see, they are nicely trellised up. We got our blackberries, nicely trellised up. More red raspberry. And I just recently learned from another fellow gardener that my red raspberry leaves I can use to make tea. So if I have an abundance of leaves left after harvest, I can even use them now, but left after harvest, I can even dehydrate them and, use them that way, but it makes an awesome tea. And then we have blackberries, which never make it into the house. I always just pluck these right off the vine and eat them. I'm going to try and save some this year to have some to go inside the house. And that's a pretty flower. I love seeing the flowers. And then that's the blackberry right through here. It's one right here, this little plant right here. It's not trellis, but it also has a trail of, so that actually pollinated, and I've never seen it do this before. Actually, this is the raspberry that's doing this. That's not blackberry. Yeah, it sure is. So this is an interesting plant. Never really had raspberries in the garden before, so yeah, that's actually the raspberry. That's not the blackberry. I'm looking at the leaves. That's raspberry. So it's either growing along the ground, or it has, nope, it's not growing on the ground. Okay, right here is my pawpaw tree. And she is waking up. She's got some green leaves. I'm excited about my pawpaw. This is native to our area. Native plant to our area. So this will be my first year having pawpaw. So I'm very excited about that. And then there's another one over here. I'll show you that one in a minute. She looks like she's waking up too. So I got my Arona berry, another Arona berry, and they all have their berries coming on. All got berries. So everybody is waking up and starting to do their thing. This is my other pawpaw tree, and she is waking up. See, she's got some green leaves there. She's waking up too. All right, we have pear tree. This is one of the new additions. And another pear tree. I thought one of these had some blossoms on. Oh, it was this one. But as you can see, Let's see if we can get a good... It did have a pretty flower on it, but the flowers don't last very long. My apple tree. With its pretty flowers. And another elderberry. Oh, we got a ladybug. We got a ladybug. Hi, Mr. Ladybug. I love seeing ladybugs. I'm sorry. I just totally digressed. This is our other elderberry. Now, there is 2 different elderberries here in our yard. This, I believe, the newest elderberry is the European. I knew that it was something different about it because of how it was growing. It grew more like a tree as opposed to the elderberry that we have back there, which grew more bushy. So my husband did recently find out that this was a European elderberry, which is really doing really well. We'll see what comes off of this year, because this is one of the newer additions to the Oasis. And of course, those fruited last year. So we'll see what this one does. But as you can see, she's in full new leaves and just doing her thing out here. It's my little native patch. It's going to have flowers, and got my fennel in here. I actually dropped a couple of Rise and Shine squash in this particular bed. I just want to see what's going to happen. Like I said, this year I want to incorporate my flower beds with my with some veggies. Over on the other side, I'm going to put cayenne pepper. I'm going to put that in the bed on the other side. But as you can see, everything's starting to wake up, and my Rise and Shine squash is looking pretty good. This is my first year growing this Rise and Shine, and my understanding of this particular, why they call it Rise and Shine, is supposed to grow up. You know how squash can spread. This is supposed to just grow up. So we'll see what happens. I got some of my sunflowers coming up there. I don't know if you can see those. Yep, there they are. Got lilies. I got cosmos. I got bee balm. I have tiger lilies all the way out there. Like I said, my fennel is right here. I got spiderwort. That is a very pretty flower. That's my centerpiece. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And then my cosmos over here with the very pretty flowers. Let's see. There it is. Yes. So it looks like we're going to have purple and blue on the with cosmos this year. Then I got chocolate mint growing in. And as you know, mint spreads, so it is like all over the place. All over the place, literally. All the way down there. Then I got some more bee balm out there. Tiger lilies. I can't wait until those bloom. Those should be very pretty. So yeah, that's just what's going on in the garden as of today. So I think I'm going to get off camera, even though I just got back on, and get some planting done, because Mr. Up, he is over here working. He done took that shirt off that he had on, that hot shirt, so he is out here working. So I guess he said I need to get to work too. So I will. But we'll be back just to let you know what's going on. Mr. Up, you have any last words before we sign off?
Nope, keep growing.
Nope, keep growing. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for liking, subscribing, your comments, your tips. Keep them coming, of course. Like I said, we always want to be learning and growing together, expanding. And of course, if you have any questions or any queries or things that you do in your garden that you want to share, always here for it. Again, thanks for liking and subscribing, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great weekend.